Welcome back to Purpose Talk with Decembre, Uncut, Behind the Scenes. I am here once again with Senior Pastor and Executive Pastor Ray Faircloth. We were talking a little bit in the interview about church hurt, but I want you all to elaborate more on church hurt because not saying people come to mercy and would be church hurt. We do understand some people take things that you may say from the pulpit, they may take that literally or too literally. Personally, correct. Or if they come in and they're already hurt from previous churches, how does not only does that affect your ministry, but what do you do as pastors to help to heal that hurt? Because they look at it as a hospital.
Yeah, one of the things is we have a slogan that says when you walk in the door, and any door, you look and you see the perfect place for imperfect people. There are a lot of people that have church hurt, and all I know to do is love them back, is to love them to healing, and understand that people get hurt for so many different reasons, and also understand that love is more than just say we love you, we're glad you're here, but showing that love, because love is not what you say, love is what you do. And we believe that you can get up.
And also it comes with teaching, that sometimes hurt or offense is a choice.
Yes.
We can choose to be offended. We can choose to be mad. We can choose to be not mad anymore, and find healing from that. No matter who it was that hurt us, more than likely that person is sleeping at night and we're still hurt.
Say that again.
That's a good word.
We're still hurt. And so we must, just like they're laying their head on their pillow at night and sleeping, we must choose a lot of times to forgive.
Yes, sir.
And lay our head on our pillow and sleep just like they do, with forgiveness in our heart. And let the offense go.
Yes, sir.
There's a book that we've read and taught from called The Bait of Satan. And offense is the bait of Satan. So church hurt really happens.
It does.
It really happens. But how to be healed from church hurt is a process too. It's a choice to choose. I choose to be healed from this hurt.
So with that being said, how do you teach your other congregation, your other members in the congregation, how do you teach them to love on other new members? Especially if you have a seasoned member, and let's say if I walk in off the street and I've never been to church, or I've been hurt multiple times by a church, how do you teach your congregation to let's love on Decembre?
It's our hope that people would connect with us, especially we want them to come on our Sunday morning, 10 a.m. services, but on Wednesday nights when we are teaching, it's a discipleship ministries. Used to, we had Sunday school, but on Wednesday night is when we really try to teach those things, and show people, all right, this is how we need to respond. We are, when you're talking about somebody wounded, if you got in a car accident today, a first responder is going to go to where you're at.
Right.
And when a person has been hurt by church or hurt by life, you can take the church part out because life hurts us.
Right.
Words hurt us, and it always shouldn't. But when we walk into a building, especially a place of worship, where people are hearing something's going on there, we must be first responders.
Yes.
We are first responders.
Yes.
We are first responders. So they need to know, and I pray that every person that walks into Mercy Church, that they feel that love on their first experience. Because you really have like 2 to 4 minutes to really impress somebody.
Yes,
you have 2 to 4 minutes to get their attention and grab a hold, and this, they'll decide in the first 5 minutes if they're coming back or not. And so our first impression is that I can find healing here. That's what they need to feel.
But I want them to leave saying, nah, they won't be that way next week. This was just an off week. They just loving on everybody this week, but next week it'll be different. And I want them to come back next week and see the sustain is still there.
Yeah.
Their love is still real. Tell you, I use this statement, we're not real good, we're not real bad, but we're real.
I like that.
We're real. And to sustain that love and that care. And so you get a lot of that teaching. Some of it just comes out of me from the pulpit. But Wednesday night, when we're doing discipleship, we really get to go where the rubber hits the road and talk about why we can't stay offended and why we have to choose to forgive, to free ourselves to enjoy the rest of our lives. Because if we're not careful, we'll spend the rest of our life hating church, loving God, but hating church.
I'm 45 years old. Dad's been in ministry for a lot of years. He's 66, is that right? And all of my life that I have any memory or recollection, he's used the term, I'm looking for wounded soldiers. I'm on a quest because there are a lot of people. There are a lot of people that once blazed a trail for God.
Right.
They once were volunteered for everything.
Right.
If you were at church and you saw they were there, and then something happened, and he said, I'm on a quest to find the wounded soldier and for them to find healing. He also said, if you're a backbiter, a troublemaker, or an apparel analyzer, you won't like it here.
You won't like this.
You won't like it here.
Right.
But I'll tell you something. People on the back line, people hanging back, they don't really get wounded. It's those people on the front line that's really doing stuff for God. That's really out there on the front line. They get shot. They get hit, and before they know it, they're broken. And there's a lot of people that's probably listening to this, that's sitting at home, they're looking at their phone, they're looking at the TV, and they're saying, he's talking to me. But you can get up.
Yeah.
You can get up. We believe you can get up and you can grab a hold of that song. You can grab that harp off the willow tree and begin to sing again, because there's a song that's still in you. So we're not going to give up on you. And whether you come this Sunday or next Sunday or the Sunday after, it's going to be the same message. I've been here 13 years. I've been back 13 years.
Yes.
This guy's known me all his life. This is my story. In fact, I'm writing a book. I've been writing it for 100 years. This is my story. This is my
You
song.
remember the song, This Is My Story, This Is My Song, my Savior all the day long.
Blessed assurance, that is,
Blessed
Fanny
assurance.
Crosby wrote that, but I grabbed that line, this is my story, this is my songs. Because in every situation of life, God gave me a song. I write a song about right now. Anyway, this has been great. Thank you
Thank you all again. Thank you for tuning in.